All right, guys, and welcome back to week two of Tough Enough Legends Edition. Um, Last week was round one with The Rock versus with Hulk Hogan versus Bret Hart. I liked it. I am a fan of both, but Hypno Suspect. What did you guys think of week one, and what would you give it out of 0 to 10? Hypno.
I thought it was great to see the six-time champ again back at it in the ring. And, out of 10, I'd have to give it two cigars and a pack of cigarettes.
Ooh, I like that. Suspect, what about you?
I'd say it almost went the way that I thought it would go. With Bret Hart, showing his moves, but what we all knew who the fan favorite was in that match, and I wouldn't say I'd have it any other way. So I'd probably give it, probably an 8, because I think we saw a lot of interesting stuff from Hulk Hogan in that match.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me jump to Kurt Angle. He's a Olympic gold medalist. He won it with a broken neck. He is amazing. So Hypno, let me ask you on paper, if nobody knew these two men and I told you it was a uh, uh, very strong movie actor with wrestling within his blood versus a Olympic wrestler, who would you put your money on?
To win or to make me cry?
To win.
To win, we would all say the Olympic person.
Okay. Suspect. What about you? Same question.
Um, I'd say, just like in the first match, there seems to be like this very moment, one seems to be pulling the more efficient moves
Yep.
and more traditional type of uh, showmanship.
Yep.
Whereas The Rock is basically the fan favorite in this,
Yeah.
probably in this match, and things have turned around here.
Yeah.
We don't know, since there's 15 minutes, 13 minutes left.
Yep.
Here comes the first pin. We still don't know
No.
how things are gonna go.
No. But ladies and gentlemen, me and Suspect are gonna give you. I think we should do something different, and we're gonna focus on the match while Hypno informs us on all his knowledge of The Rock out outside of the ring, because we know his accomplishments. He's a multiple-time world champion. So Hypno, yeah, inform us on your knowledge of The Rock movie-wise.
The knowledge of The Rock, he's been in a lot of films: Hobbs and Shaw, Jumanji,
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion, I believe, The Scorpion King, my bad,
Yep.
and The Mummy, the second one. He's been in a lot of films, but the thing that I have to say is his best film was Jumanji, because that scene where he was like, I'm about to cry, was the best acting. It capsized Leonardo DiCaprio in literally any film he's been in. He should have won the Oscar for that.
I like it. I like it.
And here the gloves are coming off
Yes,
from
sir.
The Rock, and here comes another pin.
1, 2. Ooh,
Uh,
2 count.
and speaking of all these movies, I have a little question. Maybe both of you can answer, but
Mhm.
it's more geared towards Brock. The question that you asked earlier kind of made me think of John Cena versus The Rock in the sense of who is the better actor slash wrestler. So
Oh,
I'm not saying who would win on a fight
right.
or who's your favorite, but kind of a combination of both.
Okay.
Because they both have had big roles, but
Right.
which would you say was your favorite as both an actor and a wrestler overall?
Is this even a challenge?
You dare challenge me on this?
Brock would know a little more. That's why I'm asking with the wrestling career in mind.
Yeah, Hypno, go on with your opinion.
You literally can't see John Cena. I mean, he's like Six Storm. You just can't see him, and he just whacks you when you're at your weakest.
Oh my God. Okay, so, let me just say that Cena actually was mad at The Rock because when he came on, Cena was green. He was very green. The Rock left to pursue acting, and at that point, he was like a multiple-time world champion, going for a pin. Oh, Rock kicks out at 2. But so The Rock left for like, I want to say 5, 6, 10 years at the most. I don't know how long he left, but he did leave. And Cena carried the WWE on his shoulders for that time being. When The Rock came back, he was he was praised by the crowd because he was The Rock. He was Rocky. And then of course John Cena did the exact same thing, became a multiple world champion, mid-card champion, whatever, and then left to pursue acting. And it seems like Triple H, who is not in the tournament, is looking to make his presence known. Oh shit. There you go. And going back to Kurt Angle. But acting wise, if you were to sit me down on like a weekend and made me choose between movies they've been in, more than likely I would choose more of The Rock films. So I would say The Rock, in my opinion, is a more entertaining actor. Skill wise, The Rock is the people's champ. He's but John Cena's held more world champions. So I mean, I would say in ring, I would say John Cena is my go-to. Acting, The Rock would be my go-to. But what about you, sir?
Okay. I don't think I can really give my point on The Rock's wrestling career because by the time I was watching, it was probably either right after he left or right as he was leaving. But,
right.
Just speaking of the showmanship, he is really putting on a show for us here. It doesn't look like Triple H could really make any kind of change in the outcome of this match, or even tip it to
Kurt Angle scale.
The other side.
Yep.
Yeah, Kurt's advantage or anything. So,
Rocky Road.
He's really making a point for himself in the wrestling aspect, but I don't think I could actually say anything of that. In that side of the question, but
right.
As for the movies,
yes,
I would also agree that The Rock has had not only bigger roles, but also a little more diversified.
Yes.
Like, yeah, he kind of plays the same character in some of them, but so does John Cena.
Yes.
But, you wouldn't say that the game plan was the same role as Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct. And before we go on...
Wasn't Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy?
That was Dave Bautista, yeah.
Yeah, that was Dave Bautista.
I mean,
crap.
I mean, they were...
Brock, get rid of it! Get rid of the audio!
Oh, this is perfect.
They all are this...
Oh, no!
But still,
Oh, no, I am gonna get freaking
but
mauled after this.
It seems
I
like...
can't wait to hear this.
It's...
Oh, no!
It seems like,
Well, there goes all of my respect in the wrestling community. Like, see how easily I can get things confused or.
So then with that mistake, with that mistake made, let me ask you, if The Rock did have the role of Drax, would it have been better or would it have been worse by difference?
Oh shit, that's a good question. I'm gonna say what I feel about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
So the first one we have Drax, which is intimidating, and he's kind of I guess Aspergerish in the way that he doesn't understand social cues.
Yes. Yep.
And that's what gave him his charm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I feel like if The Rock played him, you know, specifically in that role, he would have a little more intimidation, you know, especially with the physique of The Rock.
Yes.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, now this gets into my opinion about Marvel specifically, is that they kind of turned Drax into a joke character.
Like they
and
did with
kind
Thor.
of diminished his intimidation.
Okay.
So I feel like between the two of them, it really just depends on the script. I feel like The Rock could add a little edge with the intimidation, but it also depends if they kept that script in the second one.
But there is one scene that I have to ask about. The scene where Drax was standing extremely still, eating chips while they were talking. Do you think The Rock could have done it better?
Ooh, that's a good question.
There you go. That is the scene.
I mean, it's like what I said. You know, him in the Jumanji it capsized Leonardo DiCaprio's acting. You know, he could have won the Oscar. You know?
Right. Ooh, okay. Suspect. So let us in on how you think the action's been going on, since we have a little over 4 minutes left.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but has there still not been a single point made from any side?
Oh no! The Rock just scored his 3.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it's 3-0 right now.
Back.
Yep, it's 3-0.
Okay, so this one isn't exactly the same. This one isn't exactly the same as the first match, but just like the first match, Kurt Angle would have to make a pin every minute in order to make any kind of comeback. But with these kind of moves that The Rock is showing right now, I don't think anything is gonna really happen. But like everyone says, anything can happen.
Yes. So then let me ask you the same question, Suspect, with a different twist on yours. You know, since we were speaking about John Cena and The Rock, let me ask you the same question with Drax, but with those 3 people, Dave Bautista, The Rock, and John Cena. Do you think Dave should still have kept that script if John Cena or The Rock were in the mix?
I think that it's not really up to the actor what kind of script they get.
Right.
So I'm just gonna assume that they all get the same script.
Okay.
I think Dave Bautista would still do it the best because The Rock is kind of better for like the overconfident, you know, the sly brow looking guy. You know, like what it was like with Drax. He's more of a like intimidating but kind of an idiot.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's let's keep going with the topic. And I don't think John Cena really can do those kinds of characters. I think he can do more of like the self-aware Takis commercial type of roles. Like, you know, if you've seen those commercials with him,
yes,
it's, you know, like he's kind of better when he knows he's John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like how in Daddy's Home and those types of roles where it's like, it's ridiculous that John Cena exists, but he knows that it's ridiculous that he exists.
Mm-hmm.
So he's better in those kind of roles. And I don't know what else Batista has been in, but I think this role was very well curated for him. I wouldn't say the same as Robin Williams as Genie, but you know what I'm getting at, where it's almost like the character and the role kind of fit together more than a lot of the other castings.
Right. If we were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, if The Rock's been for movie wise, The Rock is a 10. If John Cena's a 5, I think with the amount of films that Dave has been in, I think I'd give him like a 2 or a 3. He hasn't been in a lot of movies, but seems like The Rock with 39 seconds, it's gonna be 4-1 with 30 seconds left. Damn.
Yeah, it seems just like the first one where after someone gets a major lead, they just keep it, and the opponent just can't seem to get anything to go their way.
So So with the time remaining we have, Suspect, would you like to tell the people about our special guest for week 3, for what we're going to have?
Yeah, so we're going to be having someone called James Self-Standard Programming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I got like a little bit wrong because I think it's James, and like the channel name is Self-Standard Programming.
Right.
So he's a friend of mine. I've collabed with him, and he's a little more wrestling fan than probably all of us.
Right.
I wouldn't say that like Brock is just less of a fan because anyone who watches his channel already knows, but he actually wrestles professionally, and he's gonna help us give a little more insight in the commentary for the next match.
Awesome. Well, yeah. So with that being said, guys, tune in for week 3 where the 3 of us are gonna have a special guest. Hypno, thank you for what you've done tonight. Suspect, thank you. And guys, we'll end it here. Stay tuned for next week when it's The Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy. We'll see you then, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.